Aeschylus, the unknown Greek warrior with the light weapon in the Battle of Marathon about 490 BC. Now that battle only lasted 3 hours. It was from before dawn until 8 o'clock in the morning. And it was between the Athenians and the Persians coming to conquer the West, starting with Greece. They never got to do that, and until Alexander the Great put an end to them. But near the end of that battle, there was a very large warrior, bigger than life size, and he was raising the Persian forces with something that looked like a laser sword. And that was witnessed by a man who was standing next to this being with the laser sword, and that man became blind. He had battle blindness. But anyway, they called that man Aeschylus, the man with the light sword. Now, Aeschylus was the name of the unknown hero who appeared in the Battle of Marathon and helped stop the Persian invasion of Greece. Historically, Aeschylus is not mentioned anywhere in the past, and its existence in the pantheon of ancient heroes takes place after the Battle of Marathon. Now, according to the person that the Athenian hoplite that lost his sight from looking at the laser, this man was a giant, and he believes, from the description he gives, he was a being of light, and his sword was of light. And every time he swung his sword, 50 Persians would fall down to their demise. And it seems to me that he was perhaps an angel. I don't know. Now, in the battle, Aeschylus had suddenly appeared in the Greek camp, dressed in a uniform of unknown to the Athenians, holding in his hand a plow handle or something that looked like a plow instead of a weapon. With a strange weapon, Aeschylus struck the Persians, killing many of them. After the battle, the unknown man disappeared in the same way that he appeared out of nowhere, and no one knew the slightest thing about him, not even his name. The Athenians, after the battle, asked the oracle of Delphi to find out who was this unknown hero who fought with them on their side against the Persians, and the oracle gave them the answer that they should honor the hero Aeschylus. The Athenians, out of gratitude to him, defined his official cult as a hero. In general, the victory in the Battle of Marathon seems to have surprised even the Athenians. I mean, they were fighting, because the Greeks always had the saying, you will show what kind of a person you are from the moment of your death. Okay, so they believed they should have an honorable death. They had sent their women and children away from Athens, and they were ready to just die. And they're saying, look, the Persians took over everything they tried to conquer. At least we can die with honor by, fighting for our land and our families. But they won. The Athenians, out of gratitude to him, in general, the victory in the Battle of Marathon surprised even the Athenians. To explain the devastation of the Persians, several of the Athenian warriors claimed to have seen many heroes and gods fighting alongside with them. Now, we shouldn't be surprised at this, because we have stories of this even in the Old Testament of the Holy Bible. If you read the Maccabees, there was one of the fights that the Maccabees had. There were so few of them against the Greeks. The ancient Greeks at that time were taking over Israel and Jerusalem, and the Maccabees were fighting to regain the temple, and they did that in 3 years. They did regain the temple. The Maccabees won. But the Greeks, at one of the battles of the Maccabees, they dropped their armor and their shields and everything and ran off. And later on, the Maccabees asked them, why did you run off? You would have won that war, that battle. And they said, what are you kidding? Are you kidding me? They said to the Maccabees, we saw huge beings of light behind you with light swords, and there was no way we could fight them. In other words, the Greeks themselves, the ancient Greeks, were telling the Maccabees of Israel that there were angels of light behind them, and that's why the Greeks just ran off, leaving everything. another part of the Old Testament. In the book of Daniel, you'll read that the Archangel Gabriel talks to Daniel, gives him prophecies concerning the little horn coming from the north, conquering the big horn, meaning Alexander the Great conquering the Persians, and that Michael was fighting against the evil forces, the dark forces, meaning Archangel Michael. So we do have testimony from the archangels and angels themselves that angels are fighting alongside humans to control the destiny of history. Let's put it that way. Okay, so it's nice if you can read the book of Daniel. You'll find Archangel Gabriel describing there how Archangel Michael is fighting in actual wars above humans, and also in the Maccabees, you'll see that. So something similar happened here, I would venture to say. So the warriors claim to have seen many heroes and gods fighting alongside them. The main of them was Panas, who inspired the Persians in the panic and scared terrible fear. The fiction probably includes the appearance of the hero Echetlaus. Well, I don't believe it's fiction, because as we said, there was no way that the Athenians would have won. And with each swing of the sword, this superhero with the unknown uniform was doing away with 50 Persians every time. So Pausanias describes it as follows. They also say that a man with an old appearance and clothes happened to be the present of the battle, killing many of the aliens, it means the Persians, with the Echelon. He disappeared after the battle. As the Athenians asked the oracle, a god simply gave them the order to honor Echetlaus as a hero. They even erected a monument with white marble to him. Herodotus says he gives another dimension to this unknown warrior and his weapon. He describes that in the Battle of Marathon, 6,400 Persians and 192 Athenians were killed. During the conflict, something very strange happened. An Athenian soldier, Epesilos, son of Kuphagoras, while fighting bravely chest to chest, suddenly lost his sight in both eyes. Although nothing had touched him, neither spear nor sword nor an arrow. Herodotus goes on to say that Epesilos is said to have seen a large hoplite whose beard covered his entire shield, and that this ghost was holding a very bright weapon in his hand. He passed right next to him, killing Persian opponents, and this scene was the last that Epesilos saw because he was blinded by some excessive glow from the sword. This I've translated for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.